think the Timbuktu Educational Foundation will play a great role in the renaissance of the African history. That's why the Malian government is pleased to endorse this initiative, and we invite you also to participate to this great initiative. Thank you very much.
These original manuscripts of Timbuktu are the greatest find since the Dead Sea Scrolls. There are 700,000 manuscripts in Timbuktu and neighboring cities that are on the verge of being lost if the appropriate action is not taken. These manuscripts represent a turning point in the history of Africa and its people. Everyone who truly cares and appreciates the effort to preserve an African legacy and a spiritual legacy are obliged to help save the endangered manuscripts of Timbuktu.
The manuscripts represent probably the most significant opportunity in this century for humanity in general, but Africans in particular, to learn the truth of African civilization, African people's knowledge and contributions to world civilization.
These manuscripts of Timbuktu are a living testimony of the highly advanced and refined civilization in sub-Saharan Africa. Before the European Renaissance, Timbuktu flourished as the greatest academic and commercial center in Africa and the world. Great empires such as Ghana, Mali, and Songhai were proofs of the talents, creativity, and ingenuity of the African people. The translation and publication of the manuscripts of Timbuktu will restore self-respect, pride, honor, and dignity to the people of Africa and the descendants of Africa. It will also destroy the stereotypical images of Africa as primitive and underdeveloped.
The Timbuktu Foundation, it seems to me, is a critical step in this long trek that African people have been going through in order to find our way back to ourselves. I think that Africa's natural developmental trajectory was distorted or derailed or in some senses even aborted. And Timbuktu, particularly with the holdings of those ancient texts, is a good place to begin to go back and hear Africa's voice and then get us back on track. Because we have to understand who we are as African people and not the sort of mutations that have been the consequences of chattel slavery and colonialism.
The University of Timbuktu produced both black African scholars and leaders of the highest rank, character, and nobility. The manuscripts of Timbuktu covered diverse subjects such as mathematics, chemistry, physics, optics, astronomy, medicine, Islamic sciences, history, geography, the traditions of the prophets, government, legislation, and much more. The mission of the Timbuktu Educational Foundation is to resurrect to its rightful place the contributions of Timbuktu scholars in the annals of world history. The first phase of this project is to restore, preserve, translate, and publish the manuscripts of Timbuktu. Within the first phase, we will restore the historical buildings which house the University of Timbuktu. The second phase is to reopen the University of Timbuktu with its classical methods of teaching. The third phase is the opening of a branch of the University of Timbuktu in the U.S. utilizing the same classical methods of teaching. And finally, to promote tourism educational and cultural exchanges between the peoples of Africa, Americans, Europeans, and others.
Today we are restoring the history that we have lost, because all along we have let people to write the history for us. We know that whenever somebody else writes your history, he will not give you the correct history. And today, this is a memorable time. It's time for us to celebrate. I'm so excited because we are actually making history.